We're now live.
Change my necklace.
I honestly can't tell if the volume's up because there we go. It wouldn't tell me until we started the video. Fancy Nancy.
Hey.
Hello. We are starting a little early to give people some time to join. Hello, hello. Hello, Zach. You did join. You said you might join.
Hey.
He goes first. Actually, you were second.
Yeah, second.
Sorry. He goes, I'm not going to tune in. And I was like, well, you're going to get a notification. He goes, okay, then I'll probably tune in anyway.
Thanks for being here, Zach. Josh isn't even here. He doesn't have an Instagram anymore.
Did he just take the dogs with him?
Yeah, I just took the dogs and drove off. So.
They were well fed. They'll be okay.
That would be great.
Oh, the TV turned off. Nope, it's
Yeah,
just
it does
restarting the cycle. Auto power. It's back to Halloween. Almost said Venmo. Good God. Roku.
I took the dogs on Monday to go get ice cream with the nieces. Guess how well that went?
Not well. Rhodey ate that ice cream cone.
Well, I got him his own pup cup, and they're literally eating the styrofoam.
It tastes like ice cream.
Because they're competing with each other.
Yep. He said this is some flavored styrofoam.
I know. I had to take it away from them.
Oh, Maggie's here.
Hey!
View request. It's a new option. It doesn't normally say. What are we talking about tonight? We have an interview with Maggie from Glimmers. She's joining us now.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so stoked to talk to you guys tonight.
Oh, we're so stoked to talk to you.
All day I've been listening to the EP on repeat. Which
We
I do
both
anyway, but
Thank you. Literally, we've had those songs for 2 years now, so it feels so good to have them finally out into the universe.
Oh, I bet.
They're fantastic.
Thank you.
We'll talk about it in a little bit here.
Woo.
But just so we have it on audio and so that people tuning in can know who we are, I'm Leah.
I'm Bethan.
This is She Will Rock You. And we're here with Maggie from Glimmers. So if you want to introduce yourself.
Yes, so my name is Maggie. I am the front woman of Glimmers. We're like a rock pop band. So if you like Paramore or even stuff like the band Camino or Love, anything like that, we're kind of in that mix. But we're from Atlanta and super stoked to be here.
Yes. Is it weirdly warm in Atlanta today?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's 71 here in Virginia, and it's weird.
Yeah, it's literally 75 degrees today, and I wore a sweater to a studio today, and I was like, this just doesn't feel right. It's almost Thanksgiving.
I know. I'm with you on that.
I had a jacket on all day, but it was raining, and it's just disgusting and humid. So.
Oh no, for sure.
So I actually found you guys, you through TikTok when you started posting the punk rock Broadway covers. And because the TikTok algorithm is so specific, I was like, this is exactly the intersection of my interests.
Perfect. Literally, I'm a theater kid as much as I am a pop punk fan.
Theater pop punk kids right here.
Yes. And it's so funny because I don't think people realize how much they go hand in hand together, but they really do.
Same energy.
Yeah, exactly. So it was fun when Hamilton came out on Disney Plus. I was like, it'd be cool if we had pop punk versions of these songs.
Yes.
And so I did that, and then the video exploded. And I was like, okay, well, I guess this is going to be my thing.
I love it.
It worked.
Yeah. They're super fun to make. And I love everything from Hamilton to Dear Evan Hansen to Spring Awakening. That's one of my favorite shows. I was in it a few years ago, and it was my favorite show.
It's such a good show. It's so well written, and the music is just so epic.
It is. Literally anything that's a pop rock contemporary musical, I love. So
definitely.
Is that your favorite show ever, Spring Awakening?
I love Spring Awakening, and I love The Last 5 Years.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I've watched the movie with Jeremy Jordan a million times, and he's one of my favorites too. So I love it. I love the way that they tell the story from both perspectives, and they meet in the middle, and then they cross again. So.
Yeah. John Roberts Brown is just musical genius.
Honestly, like one day, like a bucket list goal of mine would be to be in the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So why not? I can do both. I can do the front woman thing
Oh, of
and
course.
then
Yeah.
hopefully do
Why not?
something theater. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if we don't have shows for a while. Like,
Yeah.
you can do everything virtually.
True. That's true. I miss shows so much.
Same. I had to dig out a concert tee today because I was like, I miss concerts.
Yeah.
It's been since February since I've had like a real show.
Yeah, it's so weird. We played a show in March, like the day before things started locking down.
Wow.
And so we played, and then the tours all started getting canceled. And so I'm very happy that we played a show right at the last minute. But
Mm-hmm.
I know that when shows finally come back, it's going to be so fun and so
Yeah.
epic that it will have been worth the wait. So just hoping it's sooner rather than later.
And me and Lee have talked about this. Just the music that's going to come out of quarantine is
Yeah.
going to be so amazing. Like, it's going to have to be its own genre because it's good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Like, I feel like musicians have spent this time really being creative about what they can do, whether it's like filming content and like trying to do stuff virtually or writing music right now. So I'm excited to see what comes out of this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I guess first question on my list here is what got you into music? Like, how did you get here?
So I have been interested in music and being a musician since I was 4. So like neither of my parents are musical and they laugh about it all the time. They're like, how did this happen? But I remember like my earliest memory, I would sing Jesse's Girl by Rick Springfield in my little like Barbie karaoke machine, like in my living room. And so I always loved music. And so I started in musical theater around that time and was in musicals all throughout high school, worked at a theater company, and kind of through that, I learned how to play guitar and piano. And I always wanted to be in a band and to write my own songs, but I finally made the decision, like, do I pursue theater more or do I pursue music more? Because both like take up so much time and you really have to commit to one fully. And I realized that I would rather write my own songs and like create something new than just always act or play a part. So I'm glad I made that decision. And then luckily started playing in bands. I did the solo thing for a while. And then back in March when quarantine happened, I realized, you know what, like my band at this point, which was a backing band at the time, like it feels like a family, like it doesn't feel like just me anymore. And so we decided to make Glimmers, and then the rest is history.
That's so awesome.
How'd you guys come up with the name Glimmers?
So it was funny. I like think a lot. I have ideas whether I'm like can't like tossing and turning, like if I can't sleep or if I'm in the car driving. Like those are the two places where I come up with things. And so we had a Zoom chat when lockdown happened about what we wanted the name to be. And we had a list of band names, but none of them were really clicking until the word glimmers kind of popped into my head out of nowhere. Just at night, like I was tossing and turning, like, oh, I can't sleep. And I just thought of the word glimmers and I was like, that's cool. I wonder if it's taken because it's one word and one word band names are so difficult to find. And so I looked and there was an act that's called like The Glimmers, but they haven't really been active in a long time. And I was like, this could be really cool. And it has a very positive energy. And for us, because our goal is to always like add positivity into the world and hopefully inspire people to go after their dreams and do what they want, like we thought it made sense for us. So we sat with it for a week and we were like, oh, Glimmers, like that's cool. But every day that went by, we liked it more and more. So we decided to stick with it.
I like it. And one thing I love about your EP is that every song is just so positive.
Yeah.
And I forget, something I was watching recently was like, that's what's been missing in music. Like a lot of songs they can sound happy, but they're still really depressing. Yeah. And so this is like a breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
On the scene. So speaking of, you just recently released Cluttered Heart, which is fantastic. and I thought we'd go through all the songs and talk about the inspiration behind them.
Sounds good.
We can go in order. So Don't Tell Me is first, and I have to ask if it was inspired at all by Last 5 Years, because it kind of reminds me of I'm Still Hurting.
I could see that.
So honestly, the last 5 years, and even like A Star Is Born, I don't know if you saw the new A Star Is Born movie. Okay, that's one of my favorite movies of all time now.
So good.
So both of those musicals definitely play a role in my songwriting. And then Mayday Parade super inspired that song too. Especially their songs like Stay and Miserable at Best, like those big ballads that they write, just really inspired the arrangement of that. But for that song, that one's really special to me because another night of tossing and turning, kind of upset about people in my life that were bringing a lot of negativity and kind of telling me like the kind of person I should be and the kind of artist that I should be. And, you know, I just kind of got tired of feeling that way and kind of being put in a box. And so all of these phrases and lyrics from the song started popping into my head. So I wrote them down in my iPhone notes. And then the next day, the line, "Don't tell me who to be," from the chorus like hit me as I was driving home, and I was like, I have to write this like right now. Like this sounds like something important that I need to say. And so went to my piano, wrote it in 2 hours, which never happens to me. Usually if I'm working on a song, it takes like a few days. I may work on half of it one day, sit on it a little bit, wait to see if I still like it, you know, and just kind of continue playing with it until it's right. That one, I finished the entire thing in 2 hours.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that one's definitely special and very cathartic to write, just because I was going through that negative energy. And so writing that really was empowering to myself, to where I was like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this anymore. Like all of this negativity isn't true. I'm going to be the person that I am, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I especially love that, like, you immediately went to your iPhone to write the lyrics, because I feel like that's every songwriter today. It's like, stop everything.
It's that and voice memos.
Yes.
Like, if I have an idea in the car, like, I won't even have an instrument with me, and I'm thinking, darn, like, I need to just put this out there, or else I'm going to lose it. Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, I'm just going to make a voice memo of this and, you know, just see if it sticks. But I'm super proud of that song. And I've had that for almost 3 years now at this point. So again, happy that it's out into the world now.
Definitely.
And it's a good album starter, I think, because it starts off kind of slow and then it just ramps up to the rest of the songs.
I was definitely, because I was listening to it throughout the week, I had memories of being in middle school and listening to Paramore's first album. Like, that's what it was bringing back to me, which is awesome, because I love the energy of that album.
Yeah, and like, honestly, they're such an inspiring band to me, obviously. Like, as a woman in music, I feel like everyone has taken some form of like empowerment or strength from Hayley Williams, because I think she opened a lot of doors. And also another inspiration of mine is Lady Gaga. Like, one of my favorites of all time. And so whenever I sit down at the piano, and with that song especially, I'm like thinking of her and her strength and just her presence, because she's always been someone that's like, I don't care what you think of me, this is who I am. And so I wanted to channel that energy with that song.
Absolutely. And they're perfect to look to, because like you said, they have this energy of, I'm going to do what I want. And a lot of the industry sometimes doesn't like that. But we do it anyway.
Right. Especially with women. And it sucks. Like, it's so annoying. And like, I'm lucky, you know, we're on a label that's run by women, which I love so much.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So shout out to Common Ground, because they're the best.
Maybe we'll try to get them next.
Yes, please. They're so great. They really are.
Send them a good word.
Yeah.
So next we have For Me It's You, which is my favorite one on the album.
Yeah. So For Me It's You, that was written 5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So this song has had the most transformation of all of them. It started as a really slow acoustic song. on like a demo that I made when I was like 16. And then I just kind of continued to demo it out, but nothing ever really stuck. But I knew that I didn't want to let this song go. Like, I really wanted it to come out and I wanted people to hear it, but I just didn't know the best way for people to hear it, if that makes sense. And so when we finally recorded it, we made it upbeat. We made it just like a super bouncy, happy anthem. And Jack Mocktel, my good friend who sings on the track with me, what's cool about it is he's been on the track for all 5 of these years.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So this song is about our friendship. So it's really cool to kind of hear the transformation with all of them and then finally have it out to where it really does show like how much we've grown as people and as musicians. But so he has a great voice. I actually met him when we were in Spring Awakening together.
Oh, nice.
So cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So we met and we like had that friendship there, and then, you know, played in the band for a minute and, you know, kept in touch. And so I knew that I wanted to make sure he was on that song with me. Just to like keep that vibe and keep that story, because it's about him. So we worked on that together. And we're super happy that people love that song. Like, I think that's the one that is most people's favorite, which is really, really cool.
It reminds me of like being in high school and like falling in love, and every song was about you and all the person that you love, and, you know, the pop punk soundtrack.
I was emo. Exactly. I wasn't singing about that, but sure.
Hey, exactly. I mean, it's good because I think it has the pop punk elements like of an all-time low, like sweet love song. And even now, like, it's a song that reminds me of like our band now. Like, we're all the best of friends and family. And so whenever we play the song live too, like, we're practically singing it to each other. Like, it's just,
I love that.
Yeah. So it's like we found each other. And so we always like perform it in that way. So.
That's awesome.
And you have a video for it coming out on Friday, right?
Yes. So the video is a compilation video. We got a bunch of listeners and friends to submit little clips for us. And it was so sweet. Like, we all, like all of my bandmates, we cried when we watched it because it's listeners and friends from different states, from different countries, like all like coming together to do this for us. And so it just made us so happy to see that this song makes other people feel good.
I'm excited to see it on Friday.
Yeah, it's cute. There's a lot of dogs in it too.
Good. Yes.
So.
It's what every music video needs.
That's what I'm saying.
Third on the album is Mixed Signals.
Yes. So Mixed Signals is, I guess, the darkest type of sounding song on the album. It's definitely the poppiest, I would say, too, but we really experimented with this one as well in the studio. We were really inspired by like Paris and their like dark pop kind of like synth stuff, because the song was originally just an acoustic song, and we didn't really know what we wanted to do with it because it could go kind of one of two ways, either more of a pop punk type of anthem or a bit more experimental, more into the synth type of pop world. And so we love this one because it's super, super different. I think it's kind of the outlier of the 4. But I think everyone goes through mixed signals in one way or another. When people ask me about this one, like, I wasn't inspired by any situation of mine in particular, but it's more about the frustration of like communication now and online dating and like the mess of all of that, because it's annoying. It's so annoying. Like, and all of my friends have been through an experience of mixed signals. And so writing this one, like, we wanted to keep it, you know, poppy and upbeat, but still make it kind of like an anthem that people can dance to. But the first time we like played the song or premiered it was at Emo Night in Atlanta. And we were nervous because we didn't know how people were going to take it, because like the whole point of emo night is to dance to songs that you know.
Yeah.
And so we were thinking, oh no, like no one's going to know the song. Are people going to dance? Like what's going to happen? But luckily people liked it and we're just like bopping along to it and dancing. And so we were like, wow, like this song isn't even out yet. So
that's awesome. That's a sign of a good song when the bop is there.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So we were super, super happy that the response was good at the beginning. It was a good tester of, okay, are people going to dance at this at emo night? Like, is this a good choice? So yeah, so we're happy with that one too.
We need a road trip to emo night when it comes back.
Can you let us know the next one? We're only 6 hours away.
Literally, like, I miss emo night so much. Like,
I love that.
We've got to DJ a couple, and then I've been to a few just to hang out and to dance. But like, I cannot wait for the next one to happen.
Oh my gosh, I'm already getting the eyeliner ready, and I'll dye my hair black again just to get ready.
Yeah, I dressed up.
Well, you know, I need a touch up.
Right? I dressed up as like a female Gerard Way for the one where we were guest DJ. So I had like a red skinny tie.
Did you do the little bands of makeup that he does?
I should have. I had so much eyeliner on though.
That works.
It was ridiculous. It was like sparkles and eyeliner.
Yeah, that's all you need. You're there.
Exactly. God, it was fun.
And then the last song on the album is The First Thing, which is probably my other favorite one.
Yay! Yeah, so that one was a really, really fun one. That's a really fun one that we love to play live too. I play piano on that one live, and so that one's like really, really bouncy and fun to play. But so that one, again, similar to For Me It's You, is just about like that early stage of a relationship where you can't get the other person out of your head. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's just that point of like, I wonder what they're doing right now. Like, I want to hear back from them. I want to text them. Like, I want to see them. And so that one's a really, really fun one. And we put out a lyric video for that one that has a bunch of like doodle art that one of our best friends, Deanna, who makes all of our music videos, she made it, and it looks perfect because it's like all cute little doodles and like emojis and stuff. But we love that one because, again, it's just about that like pure, like hopeless romantic, like I'm in love type of feeling. And I'm very much a hopeless romantic. So that kind of shines through everything that I write. But so that one we love because it's just like, it's simple. Like, I can't stop thinking about you. Like, I want to see you. So
I love it. So what do you guys have planned for the future?
So we have more new music ready to go. So we're excited about that. Yeah. So we're thinking early 2021, start releasing more stuff. We have some music videos ready. We have some cool features ready. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited about those. And yeah, just a lot of new music, and we're even demoing new stuff right now. Yeah, so we're just like, our goal with the band, especially with COVID happening, was we want to give people music pretty consistently. Because we can't play shows, like the things that we can do, we can interact with people online, we can do fun videos and pieces of content, and then we can share a lot of new music. So luckily, we were fortunate to have music ready to go before the quarantine happened.
Yeah.
So we're very fortunate in that way. But yeah, we're also doing on Saturday the Hot Ones Challenge.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
The First We Feast? Or...
Yeah. Well, I wish we were doing it with them. We're doing it on our own. So my band hates me. My band hates me. I made a challenge. I was like, if For Me It's You gets 12,000 streams in a week, then we'll do the Hot Ones Challenge.
Oh, man.
And so literally the last day that it could have gotten 12,000 streams, it got 12,001.
Oh.
It was meant to be.
It was. So we're doing that Saturday, and we're filming it. So our pain will be put on YouTube for everyone to see.
I need to know the order of the sauces. This is important.
Yeah, did you get
so are we going Tabasco first? Are we starting with Cholula? What are we doing here? What's the order?
So we're starting with, I guess, the First We Feast version of Tabasco. Like, we're doing all of the sauces from the 11th season.
Okay.
So if you watch the Justin Timberlake episode, we're doing all of those.
Got it.
Okay.
So I'm scared.
I've watched some YouTubers who have done it, and they because they give them like a memorabilia sauce or something like that after they film. And one guy was like, "Oh, I hit 8 million subscribers. Let me make a Bloody Mary out of this hot sauce."
He was dumb.
And he almost died on camera. I mean,
dude, that's awful. That's so awful. And I told my band, I was like, "Here's the thing. We're only eating 1 bite per wing. Like, we're not going to eat the whole thing."
Yeah.
Like, not even the guys on the show do that.
No.
So we're going to do that. And then we also are going to have milk. And then we're going to get to choose, like, what another item that we want to help us. So I think I'm going to do ice cream.
That's probably smart.
I think that's what I'm going to do. Our guitarist, Downtane, wants bread for some reason.
That works, too. That's seemed to work.
But it's not going to be cold. Like,
no, you need a dairy element, but bread can work in the.
Ice cream's probably the smarter choice.
That's what I'm thinking. So we're gonna have a time this weekend. But that's gonna be filmed. So we're trying to do fun pieces of content in between putting new music out too.
That's awesome. I love that.
I feel like trying to start getting out into the space during a pandemic is requiring some creativity.
Yeah, it definitely is. And like, playing shows is our favorite thing to do. I think some bands prefer the studio, some bands prefer performing live. We're definitely a perform live type of band. So we're just trying to show our personalities in other ways right now. So so it'll be fun.
We got a question here from Glimmers Band fan page.
Hey!
Wants to know, what's your favorite part of recording in the studio?
So for me, it's always tracking vocals. So I am very biased. So I know that's not my band's favorite thing because I like to track a million harmonies on everything. But definitely tracking vocals is my favorite thing. Also, like, being in the room with everybody and collaborating on structure and different lead ideas, like, all of that's so fun for us because we each bring different stuff to the table. And so it's nice to not be a solo artist anymore and to get everyone's input and to kind of work together on what's best for the song. And so definitely, like, the collaboration aspect of being of the studio is my favorite part.
Have you guys been able to be, like, actually together in person too?
Yeah. And luckily we've all been super safe, and we actually all got COVID tests last week and we were all negative. So
awesome.
So we've been staying on top of that, luckily, and majority of us are like working from home or working in a pretty controlled environment. So we are able to wear masks and get tested, from time to time, just to make sure we're all on the same page. But yeah, so luckily it's been good and everyone's been safe.
Good
news.
Yeah.
So what's it like being a female in a male-dominated genre?
So for me, I've been lucky to where my support system, whether it's women or men, has been a really, really supportive and positive system. It can be hard sometimes, though. It can be difficult. I think with women in rock music, there's kind of one of two things that happen. It's either you don't necessarily get taken as seriously, which makes no sense to me, because there's so many badass ladies that are in such great control of, like, their creative vision, and they know exactly what they want to do and, like, do that so perfectly. And it's also, I feel like people compare female artists, like, a lot more than comparing male artists. And I'm always so thankful if I get compared to a Paramore or a Tay Jardine from We Are the In Crowd or any of my influences, But I think that people should really embrace female artists for their unique qualities too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, because you guys are, I mean, female artists, we're always bringing something new to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the truth.
Yeah. And with rock music, like there aren't as many of us. Like it's true. And it's difficult. And so, you know, I think sometimes it can be surprising that like as far as the band goes, like I'm more of like the business manager of the band stuff, you know, like I do more of the social media stuff, like I handle the majority of that. And so I think for some reason, like some people can be surprised by that. But I really think that like positive change is continuing to happen. And the more that we have more female artists and embrace female artists and female fronted bands, like it's only helping the scene like grow and become a more inclusive environment.
Yeah. And as I think more women fill the role of management and record label, that it helps to kind of even the playing field a little bit.
Yeah. And I love that. And like, that's why it's so cool to work with Common Ground too. And Brittany and Catherine, highly recommend them going on the show. I'll have to tell them.
We'll reach out.
We're interested.
Yeah, please. But what's so cool about them, like they worked with Hopeless Records, which is such a great record label because they're all about empowerment and inclusivity and all of that great stuff. And then they decided to make their own label and like do all of these wonderful things for their artists. And so it's really cool to be mentored by women because they share that same experience.
Yeah, that's great. I love that.
That's awesome. All right, next we have our lightning round questions, which are always a little random and fun. So
love that.
Pass over to
Okay. So I don't know why I wrote this question the way I did, but okay, we're gonna go with it.
Cool.
Let me know if you catch on.
Oh, you're good.
You're at an arcade.
Okay.
Barcade, regular arcade.
I love a barcade, yes.
I love a good barcade. I went to one right before they closed the state, so, you know. But anyway, you're in a barcade, and you stumble upon the pinball section.
Okay.
Because they have, like, 20 different themed ones. Which one are you playing? What's your theme?
Ooh, I get to choose any theme?
Any theme. Because pinballs have any theme.
Yeah,
I've literally seen so
exist.
many themed pinballs.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. That's a good question. Okay, well, I'm a Slytherin, so I feel like a Harry Potter one would be really cool. If there was, let me think. God, that's a good question. If there was like, which I'm sure doesn't exist, but if there was a New Girl pinball machine.
Oh, that'd be great.
That would be great.
Every time you like score, you just hear Nick yell something.
That's right. Exactly.
I love that.
Jessica Day is me. Like she is the pinnacle of who I am as a person. So that would be awesome. Or even like, I mean, I love like Deadpool or like Spider-Man. Like I like select Marvel movies. Jessica Jones. I love Jessica Jones.
Yeah, Jessica Jones is great.
Yeah, so those would be fun.
I love that. Those are good themes.
Slytherins represent.
Right?
Okay. So what did I write? Sorry, I'm blind. Choose a dog.
Here, I'll make it bigger.
Thank you. Thank you. I left my spectacles at the office. Choose a dog that matches the energy of your music.
Okay, well, I have to go with my dog. So my dog is a Chow mix. We think he's like a Chow and some sort of golden retriever mix. Because he's so fluffy, but then he's so peppy and excited about everything. So I would probably say him. My dog's name is Jesse. But yeah, like he's like 40 pounds of floof. And he is just like the sweetest, like fluff ball of energy and just the happiest dog. So I'd probably say like a Chow. I
love it. I see a lot of tip-tapping of feet. The minute you describe him, just little tip-taps to the feet.
Literally, yes. And he's so weird. Like my mom's a teacher and she worked from home today. And like Jesse loves office supplies. So he literally will like take her notepads and her Post-its and her pens and will just run around with them in his mouth.
He wants to feel important.
He wants to help.
He's a good children. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't see a problem here.
Me either. So yeah, I would definitely say him. For real.
What is your favorite curse word? If you have one.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
You see, there's such like a bite to the word fuck. Like there is such like a harshness that like if
hard
you're
CK too.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Hard CK.
So definitely fuck. Like if I'm annoyed or something, like that's the word that I'm just gonna scream.
Yeah.
So for sure.
I love that. And then this is our like penultimate question, because we find this question tells a lot about the person, oddly enough. But what kind of cereal would you be and why?
Ooh. Oh man. I feel like I would be Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I think because like cinnamon, it can go kind of one of two ways. Like cinnamon sugar, like it can be sweet. It could also be, it can kind of have like a heat to it a little bit. But with Cinnamon Toast Crunch, like there's like with every bite, it kind of tastes a little different. Like it starts out sweet, but then you get a little bit of like that slight like spice in it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That's a
I
great
haven't had
answer.
that in a while.
And a great cereal.
And a great cereal.
Yeah. I also like Fruit Loops. I feel like my band would be Fruit Loops.
I love that.
That's a popular answer when we ask this question.
Yeah.
It's like the third person to say Fruit Loops.
Yeah, that's true. We've had a couple people say that.
I think apparently like each of the colors is supposedly the same flavor, which kind of disappointed me. I haven't had Fruit Loops in a while, so I can't confirm or deny, but I heard that recently.
I believe it.
That kind of hurts my brain when I'm actually like going back and thinking through my childhood, like at every hotel I had when I got Fruit Loops from the option. Now I'm like, was it all a lie?
It hits the same as realizing that Trix were once fruit shapes and now they're just circles.
I don't need to hear that conspiracy theory. We don't do conspiracy theories on this podcast, so I apologize.
It's because we grew up and we can't see them as fruit anymore.
That's so sad. Childhood ruined.
I know. It's sad.
Damn.
It's like not being able to hear the Polar Express bell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I cried when I first saw that as a kid. Like, what if I never hear the bell again?
Same.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, that was my last question.
That was
a good
This
question.
has been such an awesome interview.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
so much for joining us.
Yeah, this has been so fun.
Where can people find you and Glimmers?
Yes, so we are at Glimmers Band everywhere. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we're just at Glimmers Band. And then you can find me. It's Maggie Schneider. That's my username. And so we're continuing to do a lot of stuff. So stay on the lookout for new music. And then I, make a lot of TikToks. I do a lot of mini covers on my Instagram and Twitter. So yeah, just continuing to do stuff.
Yep.
Awesome.
Everyone go give them a follow because they're fantastic. And Maggie's super creative and you won't regret it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Have a good
night.
Yes, bye. See you.
See you later.
Woo.